Hello friends, welcome to CEC Gurukul Live Lectures. Dear friends, this is a session on career counseling called Pratibha Samvardhan, and today we are talking in our series of, I would say, sessions, that is management lessons from Mahabharata. We are going to study another important trait, that is strategic thinking, how students can learn this trait, this quality, that is of strategic thinking from Mahabharata. If you haven't learned Mahabharata yet, if you haven't read Mahabharata yet, don't worry, we have this session for you. And Mr. Debashish Satapathy has well quoted each character from the Mahabharata, well perceived by him, as well as the Mahabharata has the contemporary relevance. Let's know what is the relevance through his eyes, through his readings, through his perception. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Debashish Satapathy, once again. He is the Chief General Manager, HR, NBCC, and the most appropriate person to talk to on this particular topic, as he has in-depth knowledge about Mahabharata. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Debashish, once again. Hello, sir. Welcome to the session.
Hi.
So one of the another trait which we would want to learn from you, because we believe that thinking is the most important part of one's life. Without thinking, you can't think of a life beyond. And strategically thinking is the another important point. So Mahabharata has how taught us to be a strategic thinker.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me. Let me tell you, Mahabharata is a timeless, ageless reservoir of knowledge and wisdom. And you talk of any management lesson which the students are studying, or in the corporate world, whatever they are being used, this must be there in Mahabharata. You talk of planning, organizing, strategizing, motivating, delegating, 360-degree feedback, reverse mentoring, potential appraisal, everything is there in Mahabharata. One of the things which is very, very important for all of us, including the students, to learn from Mahabharata is the strategic thinking. As you know, until unless you use your strategy to achieve something, it's difficult to achieve. And it's like smart working instead of hard working, right? In Mahabharata, something of this kind which has happened. How you just see how smartly there is a huge responsibility and huge challenge which was there, but it could be achieved. When the Mahabharata war was in big swing, and Bhishma was the chief of army of Kauravas, he was fighting. He was fighting on behalf of Kauravas, but somehow Kauravas felt that his skill set is very high to kill Pandavas, but he doesn't have any willingness to kill, right? He had the skill set to kill, but he was not having the willingness, right? Then they had a debate. When he was not there, Duryodhan, Sakuni, Karna, Dusasan, they all discussed what to do. Since as long as he is going to be the army chief, if he is not going to kill Pandavas, then probably we cannot win the war. Then Duryodhan proposed, should we eliminate him? Should we ask him to step down from his position of army chief? Then Sakuni entered. He said, no, don't do that. He said, then Duryodhan said, then what to do? He said, Pandavas are also struggling with the same challenge that Bhishma Pitamaha is creating havoc there. He is creating trouble for them. So why you will do this bad job? Let us wait and watch. And that's exactly really worked. And that point of time, when Pandavas were also thinking how to eliminate Bhishma from the battlefield, because he was having Ichha Mrityu, and until unless he is removed from the battlefield, they cannot win. So Krishna advised Yudhishthira and Arjuna to go to Bhishma Pitamaha in the evening and to request him to return his blessings of Vijaya Baba. And he said, anything which I have already given, I can take it back. Then finally he gave them the hints that if a lady would come in front of me, then I'll renounce my arms and ammunitions. And that's exactly happened. And you know the story, how Sikhandi came in front of Bhishma Pitama and he renounced his arms and ammunitions, and Arjuna was waiting for this particular opportunity and they eliminated Bhishma Pitama. What I'm trying to communicate here is that Sakuni advised Duryodhana that don't do this bad job. History will remember you that you have removed your own Pitamaha from the battlefield. So that is a strategy of Sakuni to remain silent. To remain silent because he was knowing Pandavas will find out some way because they are being guided and mentored by Krishna. So they will do something or other to remove him from the battlefield. So that's a beautiful example of strategy how he could implement, and in the process they could ensure both Pandavas and Kauravas that Bhishma is eliminated from the battlefield and he went to Sarasajya. So this is a bright example of strategy. And the students, what I'm trying to communicate to all the students, those who are listening to me, is that in your preparation for examination, preparation for higher studies, preparation for competitive examinations, preparation for PhD programs, you need to make a strategy. And if you just keep on reading, then probably it may so happen that you may not get the desired result. You see, studying for 20 hours in a day, it's a you are putting lots of hard work. It is a hard work, not a smart work. But there are many students, those who prepare for 10 hours, 12 hours in a day, but they do a strategy of clicking the examination or appearing in the examination or clearing a competitive examination, and they get it. So strategy has lots of importance for a student to achieve the objective or the aim which you have.
And very true and very well quoted by you in between, that there was a willingness. Until and unless you are not willing to do, you cannot strategize, you cannot think strategically. So it is important, very important, as the characters in the Mahabharata strategize to win the battle, to have the crown. So they strategize because they had a will, their strong desire. So that is what our students need to learn.
Right.
Let me say within management relation for Mahabharata. This is on strategic thinking. The epic is, in the war between Pandavas and Kauravas, Duryodhana was baffled to see heavy casualties and asked Sakuni what to do. He also said Arjuna's death is essential and Bhishma would not kill him. I would kill Bhishma myself if I could appoint another commander of our army. I must win this war and I cannot win without Karna's help. If Arjuna is the problem, then Karna is the answer. If you want Arjuna to be nullified, then think of who can be appointed as commander instead of Bhishma Pitama. Sakuni immediately responded. He said, we need not even think about this. If Pandavas wish to win this war, they must find a way to eliminate Bhishma Pitama. Then why should we do their work? Besides, Krishna is with them. Let them think of a solution. They are also confronted with the same problem of how to eliminate Bhishma. Let me share with you the management relation from this epic. Strategic thinking is defined as the individual's capacity for thinking conceptually, imaginatively, systematically, and opportunistically with regards to the attainment of success in the future. Sakuni was a good strategist having critical and innovative thinking. He could understand that sooner or later, both Kauravas and Pandavas would be convinced to eliminate Bhishma. Then why should Kauravas take the blame of eliminating Bhishma? Let Pandavas do it. Similarly, a leader needs to understand that to overcome every challenge, not necessarily he needs to act and respond. There are several issues, the solution of which is to buy time so that the problem would either subside on its own or someone else would address the issue. In the business context, the competitors may take the pain to eliminate a common enemy.
So how the other characters were involved in the strategic thinking, if we talk about the Mahabharata as alone?
Okay, good. So here the incident which I mentioned, there is strategy by Sakuni as well as strategy by Krishna also. Sakuni strategized that we will not do anything, we will just keep mum and we will be silent and we will ensure that Bhishma is eliminated. At the same time, Pandavas also felt that it is very difficult to kill Bhishma Pitamaha. Very difficult, because he's so powerful, having Ichamrityu also. So they also felt that how through strategy we can eliminate him from the battlefield. And they felt that before the war, the blessings which they have got, that is Vijay Bhava, could be utilized at this point of time. And that was known to Krishna, and though it was known to everybody, but Krishna felt that let me utilize these particular blessings to achieve our result. And that's exactly he did. And he asked them to go. Initially, I will tell you, there was resistance from Yudhishthira as well as Arjuna to go to Bhishma Pitamaha, because they were not keen to go there, because they were fighting with each other. But they could implement this particular strategy with lots of precision, and finally they could ensure that Bhishma Pitamaha was eliminated from the battlefield without much bloodshed. And that's a beautiful example of strategy, both by Sakuni as well as Krishna. And the students, those who are listening to me, again I'm repeating probably, that whether you are appearing for an examination, annual examination, or a competitive examination, or a PhD program, or for any other project which you are completing, until unless you have a clear-cut strategy to achieve this, it's difficult to do that. And the students, those who have a clear-cut strategy at the beginning, and they define the problem in minute detail, they get the desired result.
And it is very true, what you think, so you are. So
Yes.
if you critically think, you strategically examine yourself also, then it is very easy for you to understand what you actually want in life.
Yeah.
So that is, I mean, it is the part and parcel of every person's life, whether in the professional life or in the personal life. Whatever we think, will be representing ourselves in the same manner.
Yes.
So what else does Mahabharata has given to us? Because we always try to understand and inculcate in our lives from whatever the scriptures, the Mahabharata or the other mythological stories or the characters have given us. But because we are specifically talking about Mahabharata, so what are the other incidences which you would like to quote specifically regarding to the strategic thinking?
Okay. There is one more incident which has happened in Mahabharata, and we need to all learn from this particular incident how to make a strategy. When the war was about to start, as you know, Krishna was related to both Pandavas and Kauravas. And both Pandavas and Kauravas felt that let's take the help of Krishna. And from Pandava side, Arjuna went, and from Kaurava side, Duryodhan went. And they entered inside his bedroom almost at the same time, one after another. Then Krishna saw Arjuna first, and because he was sitting on the edge of the bed, and Duryodhan was sitting next to his head. Then when he got up, then he could see Arjuna first. Then he asked both of them, "Why you have come to me? Now we have come to take your help. We are going to have a fight, and its battle is about to happen." Then he said that I have two things with me. One is my Narayani Sena, and second is Narayan myself. Now you have the option to choose which one you want. And condition is that, being Narayan, I am not going to pick up any arms and ammunitions. I will just be there and maybe your Sarthi, right? Then he had a fear that if the opportunity is given to Duryodhan first, it may so happen by mistake, suppose he asked me to be in his side, then the purpose for which I have taken birth in this world to have dharma, that will be completely disturbed. So when Duryodhana came forward and he said, "It is my first right of refusal," right? And he said, "मैं पहले मांगूंगा, मेरा मांगने का it's my right to ask you first." Then Krishna said, "No, Arjun is your younger brother, and being the youngest or younger brother to you, he has the right to ask me first. So first, let us give the opportunity to him. And he was given the opportunity and he said, I have come here to take Narayan, not the Narayani Sena. Then Duryodhan internally was very, very happy. He was very, very happy. So when Duryodhan went out of that particular room, then Krishna asked that why you have asked for me when you had the option of an Narayana Sena also. And he said, leader is more important in a war than the soldiers. Since you will be the leader or you will be my charioteer, practically you will be mentoring me and guiding me, your presence will make lots of difference. So, thousands of Narayani Sena is inferior to a good leader, that is a Narayan. So, I have picked you up, right? So, then when Duryodhan went to Sakuni and told that I have done beautiful thing today and I have got the Narayani Sena and I was given the opportunity to pick up Narayan, then Sakuni fired him. He said, you have done the biggest mistake of your life. One leader is going to make lots of difference and one Narayan can make lots of difference. So instead of Narayani Sena, you should have gone for Narayan. So it's sure that you are going to lose the battle. So here, what I'm trying to communicate to all of you is that Krishna was a big strategist and he was knowing that Duryodhana is a Mota Buddhi. But Mota Buddhi, if he is going to do a little mistake, by mistake if he is going to ask me, it's going to be a trouble. So he gave the first right for refusal to Arjuna and he was knowing that Arjuna is going to pick him off as Narayan, not the Narayani Sena. So in this process, he could ensure that he is in the side of Dharma and in the process, his purpose of establishing Dharma in this world would be achieved. So that's a beautiful example of creating a strategy by Krishna before the war started. And in this process, he was in the side of Dharma. That's a beautiful example of what you call strategy again. Yeah.
Mahabharata, an ancient Indian epic, serves as a reservoir of timeless wisdom, offering invaluable lessons for modern management professionals. In these lessons, we explore into the characters of this epic, highlighting the competencies they personify and the insights they provide for contemporary leadership. From Bhishma's persistence to Krishna's strategic expertise, each character represents a unique competency essential for effective management. Yudhishthira's integrity, Arjuna's decisiveness, and Duryodhana's ambitions offer actionable insights into leadership, decision-making, and team dynamics. Here are some of the competencies Krishna displayed, offering valuable guidance for success in the dynamic domain of modern management. They are open-mindedness, result orientation, proactive, strive for excellence, problem solving, decision making, strategic thinking, ambiguity management, innovative thinking, effective communication, networking, effective presentation, negotiation, influencing skill, self-confidence, optimism, accountability, resilience, perseverance, critical thinking, planning and organizing, active listening, establishing trust, empathy, and conflict management. Krishna was a master at strategic thinking, which was one of his greatest skills. When Duryodhana and Arjuna asked for his help in the Mahabharata war, Krishna cleverly gave them options. He offered two options. In one hand, he himself would never pick up arms and ammunition, and in the other hand, his powerful Narayani Sena. He knew Duryodhana would pick the army because he did not understand the leadership in war. Arjuna, on the other hand, chose Krishna as his charioteer because he knew Krishna's strategic abilities would be a huge advantage. Let me share with you the management lesson from this epic. Mahabharata teaches us valuable lessons that apply to today's management. Its characters show different skills that leaders need. Krishna was really good at thinking ahead, especially during the war. He gave Duryodhana and Arjuna choices, knowing Duryodhana would pick his army and Arjuna would want his advice. This shows how smart he was in planning ahead. So just like Krishna's wisdom helped in ancient times, today's leaders can learn from this strategic thinking to succeed in their own challenges.
We always need people like Krishna in our personal lives also, so that sometimes we are not able to take decisions ourselves because sometimes we lack that skill of seeing things beforehand. As you yourself said that Krishna was a great strategist because he could see, he could sense out the people, the surroundings, the situations, and with the help of the situations, with the help of perceiving people, he could sense out the future is going to bring this, and if it is done today, this would help us to to bring out the fruitful decisions in the future.
Right.
So this is what everybody needs to follow in their personal lives too. Apart from studying, apart from doing the daily course, apart from studying, apart from preparing yourself for the entrance examinations or any lessons for the life, one needs to think beforehand. One needs to critically think the things going around, and they would help. So, if we talk about Mahabharata as alone, as I would say, if we talk about the conclusion, what conclusion does the Mahabharata gives us?
Mahabharata is a vast epic and is the biggest epic of the world, and all other epics of this world, starting from the Paradise Lost written by Homer, the Odyssey written by Homer, Abhigyana Sakuntalam, Ramayana, even all put together is even half of Mahabharata. But if you talk of conclusion, then probably in today's context, all the students, those who are listening to me, they need to learn a lot so far as strategy is concerned from Mahabharata. And there are many other learnings which are there, strategic thinking, then your focus, then empathy, then critical thinking. There are so many other things to learn from there. But on today's context, if you ask me, then each and every student, while targeting to achieve something, they need to manage their time well, as well as do a strategy of achieving some result. And if those who are successful in the civil services, in other examinations, if you ask them, they almost everybody say that we had a strategy at the beginning. And without strategy, probably they would not have achieved their aim which they have set at the beginning of their career. So each and every student need to manage the time, and whatever I have mentioned, the learning from Mahabharata, as well as the strategy which you have learned from Sakuni as well as Krishna, they need to implement while planning to achieve something in their life. So then only they will get the desired result. Otherwise, they may not get the desired result at all. Right?
And like from Mahabharata, we could also learn that every person in your life is important, whether the person is your supporter or if somebody is pulling your leg. Will that supporter definitely will pave your way, but one who is pulling your leg will definitely help you in achieving your goals, because that particular person would be motivating you. Keep working hard, keep working hard. Take into account the time management, strategic thinking, as well as the other traits. So Mahabharata has a lot to tell us that how you need to ultimately form yourself, because your personal formation is very important. So never get away from the people who are criticizing you. You can't do this. It is not your cup of tea. So do you feel so that yes, every character played a crucial part in making Mahabharata as a whole, the story to be learned, the saga of the ages, which we are going to repeat one after the other. So do you feel so?
Yes. Every character in Mahabharata we need to learn a lot. Starting from all the central 12 characters which are there in central characters in Mahabharata, starting from Krishna, you need to learn strategy, then you need to learn from Bhishma, the decisiveness, then you need to learn from Yudhishthira, empathy, and from Duryodhana you need to learn the proactiveness, from Arjuna you need to learn the focus, the art of focus. Then from Sakuni, which is a negative character, you need to learn also critical thinking, right? And from Dhritarashtra, you need to learn the active listening, which is a very important thing. And from Karna, which is again a central character, the perseverance. Perseverance is a competency of a manager that you can learn a lot from him. And similarly from Draupadi also, the proactiveness and the perseverance, the agileness, these are the things to learn from Draupadi. Then probably there is no character left in Mahabharata from where you cannot learn anything. Everybody is representing a distinctive character, competency, which all of us need to learn from them. And we need to implement in our personal as well as professional life, which is going to give lots of advantage to us and to grow in your career.
Definitely, because when we are students, we need to think about ourselves. जैसा कि कहा गया, मैं समय हूँ. So समय, that is the time, is the most important thing in life. And if one takes care of that time, definitely in the near future, the person is going to achieve for what he or she carves for, or for what person is working hard. So we would like to thank you for giving us this wonderful session where we discovered a lot, I would say. The people who might not have studied or read Mahabharata or not have seen on the television, now they might be having this curiosity. Let's understand Mahabharata in detail. So it is a motivational lesson, I would say, that where you definitely helped us out in knowing the different traits, the characters played by in Mahabharata, the different characters, as well as yes, every trait has importance, relevance in the contemporary world, well quoted by you. So we would like to thank you once again for giving us this wonderful session. And dear friends, we believe that you might have gathered lots and lots of information. As I said, it is a motivational session, well depicted from Mahabharata, the management lessons from Mahabharata. This series is going to be fruitful for you, and we are going to conduct ample of sessions for you so that you are benefited. As we said that this session is a personality formation, personality development session, which would help you out today as well as in future too. So dear friends, it is our personal request, keep watching us as well as keep writing to us. Kindly give your feedbacks that are very, very important. If you have any questions or if you want to have a session on particular topic, then also you can write to us at cecgurukul.live@gmail.com. This is the ID through which you can contact us. And we are going to meet again next Thursday, and we would be giving you more session like these. So keep watching us. Thank you.